Hello there, Aries. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your overall tarot and astrology reading for the month of July 2020. As always, I am so grateful and delighted to have you here, wherever in the world you may be joining me from. Always wonderful to hang out with my Aries folks, and if you have not yet done so, please do reach out there, hit that subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. Also, give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know you enjoy this content. As always, Aries, I have a first few quick notes before I start any reading that this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with every single Aries out there, so take what makes sense and leave the rest to another other Aries out there, right? So this is mostly going to correspond with Aries Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising sign, and all Aries cross-watchers are welcome to join us as well. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like any information on any of the card decks that I use throughout my readings, or would like to make a donation to the channel, all those links and info are down below in the description box. So Aries, this is a powerful month coming up. You know, June was a big mover and shaker. There was a lot of planetary action going on, and I will say that July is kind of shaping up to be very much the same. The things that I'm going to point out, because as always, I do have lots and lots of astrology notes for you guys, but I'm going to point out the big ones right here. Of course, there is your ruling planet Mars, Aries. There it is in your sign of Aries. So just a few days before we start the month of July, Mars moved from sleepy, dreamy Pisces into super active, awake, and, dynamic Aries. Mars is happy in the sign of Aries because that is naturally where it is, one of the places that it's meant to be, being as it is your ruler. So Aries, this gives you a huge burst of energy. You will definitely feel the wake-up call. It's like, oh wow, suddenly you might feel like you've got to get up, you got to do stuff, whereas before the energy was rather sleepy because with Mars and Pisces, things just don't move as fast. They're very gentle, they're a little more passive, and so it's a very, very active place for the sign of Mars, and you're not the only one that's going to feel it. That's going to be working through your universal first house. And Aries, let me tell you, Mars is going to be in Aries for a very long time. It's actually not going to leave the sign of Aries entirely until next year, January 7th, 2021. And that is because, dun dun dun, we are going to have a Mars retrograde, yes, in the sign of Aries. That will actually start on September 9th and last until November 14th. So this is going to be a lot of energy. Of course, check back in with your readings and this channel because I will keep you updated on what's going on with that. But for you, that means that until next year, you're going to have, your ruling planet in your sign, in your first house universally. So you will have a lot of energy. Now there will be a downtime when it goes retrograde and it will mellow out quite a bit, but overall, Aries, this is going to be, I think, a very, very active period of time over this, 6-7 month cycle. So get your seatbelt on and get ready because it is a lot of energy moving forward. We are in a Mercury retrograde right now. That will be ending on July 12th. So look forward to that. Venus is, of course, also moving direct finally, still in the sign of Gemini for this whole month. So love and relationships and communication are still very, very intertwined for all of us, especially for you, because that, Venus sign will be moving in the house of Gemini as well. So talking things out, communicating well, mending the old fences or bridges, that's very, very important in all of our relationships. So Aries, we'll talk a little more about the astrology as we get going into the reading. But first I'm going to start by pulling, a few major themes for you. I'm going to start with a major Arcana card to represent your energy, and then we will go from there. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising sign of Aries as we do the reading for July 2020. Please protect their energy throughout this month and the reading, as well as my own, and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. All right, so Aries, devil's in the details this month for July for you guys. So Capricorn energy with that devil card coming up. This is your energy for this month of July. I would say that with the devil card, this could make you be working very hard. Would not surprise me because the action gets very ramped up with that Mars energy moving forward. Also, of course, be aware of any of the negative ramifications of the devil, which would be to work too hard, to have too much anxiety, worry, pressure, stress, or feel somehow chained to a situation or relationship that is not good for you. Definitely about, freeing yourself and embracing your personal power whenever that devil card shows up in a reading. So let's get I'm going to do the animals next. This is a, I love my animal spirit cards. Well, this is a new one that I just got. I believe it's Stacy DeMarco, the Divine Animal Oracle. It's so beautiful, guys. So I'm very excited to use this one. So let's get a spirit animal guide for you for July 2020. Oh yeah, so look at this. Oh, the snake card came out. This is about transformation. Let's see, I'm trying to see that. Oh yeah, creation, of course, because the snake, it's a little bit like Scorpio energy. The snake is also very Taurus based because it is in the Chinese zodiac aligned with the sign of Taurus. So this will be a month of big transformations, big movement, big rebirth, because that's very much what the snake is about. I personally absolutely love snake energy, and I love the symbology here with the roots, reaching down into the earth, and then, the snake emerging, out fresh from their skin shedding, right? And the tree, coming out the top, reaching to the sun. So it's that balance, as above, so below. The snake is very grounding energy. A lot of people don't quite realize that about the snake, but they are. It is a very, they're very connected to the earth. Their whole body is connected to the earth. They feel the vibrations. They feel what's coming before it gets there, right? So this can also be a very intuitive month for you as well. The sun, of course, is moving in the very intuitive sign of Cancer right now, Aries. That is a little bit of a challenging sign to you because Cancer does square your sign, and a square is a more challenging aspect in astrology. So don't be surprised if you feel a little more stressed. That may be where that, Capricorn devil energy is coming from, Capricorn and Cancer, the polarity. So that's very possible where you're feeling some of that stress and pressure. And it could also be around this big recreation, this huge rebirth that you're having. You're really going through a complete metamorphosis going on with that snake. And it could definitely relate to things around home, family, communication. You could be going through a large move right now. That could be a big transition. You could be going through a big relationship transition. The fact that Mars will be moving through your first house, this next 6-7 months, you will be redefining yourself and your energy, what makes you happy, and giving a lot of love back to yourself as never before. So let's see what comes up in your crystals. We're going to get a gemstone chakra, see what comes up for you there. Oh yes, lots of moving around. The malachite came out. I actually have one of these sitting here. I am a big fan of malachite. So Aries, this is a great gemstone for you to use this month of July. It is a heart chakra stone, so it is very good for balancing the heart chakra. It's good for connecting you with nature. It has a high copper content in it. That's why it has a nice heft. Even a small piece of malachite has this nice weight to it, I will say. And it's known as a traveler's stone. Whenever I travel, whenever I go somewhere, take a trip, I always take my malachite with me. It's very, very good for grounding on any kind of journey. So yes, the heart chakra is very, very important for you this month, Aries. Very exciting. So let's get into your tarot. I'm going to move Mr. Dragon on over here. I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite for the main spread and the Modern Witch Tarot on top of that to clarify. So let's go ahead and get a full nice picture spirit for our Aries out there. Let's see what they've got coming up. What is their story for July 2020? And as you know, guys, I shuffle these till I feel that tap, so just bear with me. Sometimes it takes a moment. I never put them out before I feel the time is right. All right. Yes, I definitely sense some of that going on with you. Okay, so Aries, let's start. Here we go. First card in the center is the Hanged Man. So this is Neptune energy. This is sacrificial energy. This is what you're really focused on. One cycle hasn't completely ended and another one hasn't completely begun. So many of you may feel that you have just been waiting. That doesn't surprise me at all because, you know, Mars, your ruling planet, has been in that very slow, sleepy, Neptune-ruled sign of Pisces, and that is why a lot of you are feeling that sort of sleepy hanged man energy, and a lot of you are just, it's like this beginning especially, it starts to wake you up, it starts to shake things out, stuff starts to make more sense as this month moves on. But yeah, just keep in mind, Aries, you may still be moving through some changes. I mean, this reminds me very much, it's just like the snake. You're going through a phase of letting go of something because there's new growth, there's new enlightenment coming up around the corner here. Yes, and it does have to pertain to a wish or a hope with that Nine of Cups. This is definitely you literally hanging in there, holding out for the dream, holding out for the things that you know are going to be more satisfying, more emotionally fulfilling. So in the immediate past, we do have this Ace of Cups, which is a beautiful card. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio energy. We are in the time of Cancer. Mars was in the sign of Pisces. So there is a beautiful connection of spirit that you have come into. Could be a big spiritual awareness, or, you know, could even be for some of my Aries, a big new relationship or big healing in an existing relationship that's come through. Usually it is an enlightenment of the soul, enlightenment of the spirit, because this is the hand of the divine intervening in a spiritual and very profound soul connected way. Yeah, and it's taken you out of a lot of your old pain and suffering. It's helping you to get through these dark nights of the soul. Some of you may really still be dealing with, you know, a last vestiges of this. It's like you're still kind of purging and letting it go, which is what I feel with that Hanged Man. It's definitely a turning loose of that pain, that fear, that anxiety. That can also be connected to the Devil card that we had in the beginning representing your energy. So this to me is spirit really helping to guide you through some of those very painful, difficult times and transitions, because even though transformation sounds amazing and incredible, let's face it, a lot of the times it's just freaking hard. It is just, it's, you know, heart-wrenching, and we have to, it's like, you know, purging off that skin, shedding through like that snake. It's not easy, guys. It is not easy. So going into the immediate future, we have that Nine of Wands. To me, Aries, that says that you're still healing. You're still going in, you know, to this phase of, you know, recovery, because, you know, you might feel a little bit, or a lot defensive. You know, you might really have some degrees of defensiveness around yourself and what you've been through, because you are still, you know, kind of healing from these experiences. And you don't want to get hurt again. A lot of you have been through some really painful and difficult cycles. They've been very important, and they are, you know, absolutely necessary to your personal growth and moving you forward in a better way. But you definitely have that, like, I don't want to go through that again. So many of you could feel kind of guarded. And, you know, it's like, it's funny, Aries rules the head, and there he is with his head all bandaged up, right? It's like you don't want to go rushing into things head first and end up getting beat up again. That is something you're really thinking about this time. Yes, and look at this. We got the Hanged One again. We got the Hanged Man coming up again. I like this one because the Hanged One, because, you know, it could be Hanged Woman, could be Hanged Girl, or Hanged Guy. Doesn't really have to designate. So yeah, I mean, that's what this is about. You are still healing going into this future. Please honor your process, Aries. I know that you're going to want to, you know, really make a lot of big moves, and you're going to feel a little bit like, I can overcome anything now because of Mars being in your sign. You're definitely going to get that boost of energy and action, and you will be feeling a lot better on the whole. But please honor your process, because you still are moving through dealing with that past, you know, and getting ready to embrace your future. Just keep in mind, Aries, like I said, Mars is going to be in your sign for a long time. So you have time to enjoy this. You don't have to get it all done like in just a couple days. You can space this out some, because that's very powerful with the Hangman coming up twice. It's like you're really in it. You're in this process of you know, letting things go. You know, this is a beautiful symbology. The story behind the Hanged Man is, it's Odin, right? It's the Nordic tradition, and he, you know, hung upside down for 9 days. Or was it 9 weeks? It was a good long time. It was 9 something. Quote me on that. But, you know, it was because he was doing it to reach a point of enlightenment. So it's many times, you know, it's that it can be an uncomfortable or a situation, an uncomfortable situation that requires us to have a lot of patience during the process. But it's meant to get us to let go of something, because it's that Neptune energy. It's about sacrifice. It's about spiritual awareness. And sometimes it's like stripping away, you know, purging away all the extraneous things that we don't really need, because Spirit's trying so much to get us to see what's really, really important to us. And Aries with Mars in your sign, in your first house, universally, wow. I mean, you are getting ready to step into your power. And the feeling that I get is that you cannot take any baggage along with you on that way. So this is a super process of you clearing away all that old junk, all that old karma, all that old baggage, all those things. Could be a literal house cleaning, spiritual, emotional house cleaning, of all kinds to get you ready. So on the subconscious, what you're focused in on, there it is, Wheel of Fortune. You are ready for the wheel to turn in your favor, and it is, Aries. Just give it a little time. Things are moving. They're not going to stay stagnant feeling forever. Absolutely not. The Wheel of Fortune also does include the signs of Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, if any of those signs mean something to you or not, but those are coming up there. And we will, of course, be going into the time of Leo later this month. The sun will move into Leo on the 22nd. That is very positive for you guys, because that is a fellow fire sign. So you will definitely start to feel, I think, even better getting into the end of this month as we leave the sign of Cancer, which is a little more challenging for you guys. And look at that on the we have the Three of Pentacles on top of this Wheel of Fortune. So to me, this is like using your creativity. This is using whatever kind of work that you do, especially if it has a creative connotation. You know, this one shows her, you know, sketching the model, and it's like getting that creative, and then the teacher's giving feedback, right? You know, so it's really important for you to have, you know, something that you can do to kind of get that energy out, because that's really going to help move you forward. If you just sit there on your hands, Aries, which I don't think you'll do, and I don't recommend doing, you know, you'll feel really aggravated and frustrated. So it's like, do something active, do something, especially if it's creative. On the top, message from Spirit crowning the spread is Three of Cups, and that is a beautiful celebratory energy. So Spirit definitely wants you to have fun. They want you to enjoy life. They don't want you to sit around just waiting. Even if you're going through this Hanged Man process of, you know, purging, letting go, tuning in to your higher self. It's like, take some time out, Aries. Make sure that you're talking to your friends. Make sure that you're doing things that feed your spirit and feed your soul. Yes, and look at that. On top of that Three of Cups, we have the Six of Pentacles. So definitely bringing things into balance. This is that give and take energy, Aries. Aries is, to me, one of the best signs to talk about healthy self-love, because, you know, Aries, of course, is known for can be kind of selfish, like me first. I want to be first in line. And so I tell people, I'm like, you know, there's a thing about Aries. It's like sometimes it can, on the shadow side, can express itself as selfishness and all that, but the positive side of this is that it reminds us love yourself. We do need to love ourselves first. We do need to put ourselves first a lot of the time, because if we can't give anyone else, look at the gift giving, right? You know, it's like we can't give anybody what we don't have to give ourselves first. So Aries, make sure that you balance whatever you're giving, you know, to other people. Make sure that you're gifting to yourself just as much, and just as much in balance, because you deserve it. So let's get into some advice for you. Let's check out what's coming up the side for my Aries folks for this beautiful upcoming month. It's our first, you know, full month of summer. Hope that the weather is great wherever you are, so you're able to get out in nature and just enjoy some time reconnecting with that summer sun and the earth. Ooh, and it came right out too. I like that. All right, so Aries, what suggested approach? Get very solid, get very grounded, get very rooted with this Hierophant card. Commit to yourself, commit to your spiritual path. That is very, very important. It's strong Taurus energy coming through the Hierophant, so that could be an important sign for you as well. But to me, this is about really connecting in a deep level, really getting into the foundations of your spiritual life, whatever it is that helps keep you tapped in to your connection with the divine. And look at that, Four of Wands. So Aries, this for some of you could be a really beautiful connection with a soulmate, twin flame life partner, because whenever you get like the Hierophant and either the Two of Cups or the Lovers or something very relationship connected, which that Four of Wands can be, this could mean, you know, a commitment in a relationship going to the next level. But to me, the Four of Wands is always about that happy home, that, you know, stable, you know, kind of life, stable family. We are in the four right now, the fourth sign of Cancer, right? And Cancer is all about the home and stability. So you may be really tuning into that. You know, get close to those that love you. Ground and center with them. Ground and center in your home. And don't forget, of course, to bring that strong spiritual sense into it. So what you need to know is that, like I said, positive energy is coming your way. There is the Sun card. That is the sign of Leo coming through. So like I said, when the sun goes into Leo later in the month, it could really, really start to boost your energy and your personal luck and prosperity and abundance and all that good stuff up, because the sun is the most positive card of the tarot, and when it shows up in any spread, I'm telling you, it is a good sign. So all of the stuff that you're going through, all of these, you know, feelings of hurry up and wait, and I've got to be patient, and I've got to heal, and I've got to, you know, give myself time to recover, you will. You absolutely will, Aries. You know, that is what you need to know, is that luck is on your side here. And look at that, another Wands card. We have the Three of Wands. So this is like Aries, don't chase it down. You know, it's like if you chase the butterfly, it will never come to you. But if you sit quietly and let it come, it'll land on you. So this is that energy. The Three of Wands is about waiting for the ships to come in. You don't have to chase down your luck. You don't have to worry that it's on its way. It will find its way to you. What is meant to be yours will be yours. Hopes and fears position, Death card there. There's some Scorpio energy coming in. So Aries, what I feel very strongly, because you've had this Nine of Swords, you've had this Hangman, you had the Snake card, you've gone through some major transformations, some big life and death and rebirth kind of, you know, cycles, and you're just really done. You're not wanting to go through it again. You're like, please, can that be the end of that? I don't want to do this Death card cycle anymore. And look at that, Three of Cups came out again. So, you know, the feeling I have with that is that this has been completed. It's like, celebrate the fact that you've come through this. This is not something that I think is going to necessarily get repeated all over again. You've been through it, you know. And to me, because that's connecting to the message from Spirit that was at the top, Absolutely. This is time to celebrate. This is time to talk to your friends, to say, yeah, look what I've come through. And they may also have their own stories about what they've gone through, right? So on the outcome card, we do have the Fool, which Aries is part of your energy, might I add, because to me, I always feel a little touch of Mars with that Fool card. To me, it is that leap of faith. It's that innocence. It's that fresh new beginning. And Aries, you do represent that fresh new beginning. So to me, this is really coming out of things in a very, very positive light. It's not going to last forever. You are going through some big cycles, no doubt, but hang in there. It's not going to take forever, I promise. It may feel like it, and you may be saying, Ariel, I have already been freaking waiting. I can't wait anymore. I get it, guys. I do. I understand that feeling. Because I am a dragon. And dragon is aligned with Aries in the Chinese zodiac. So I know what it's like to feel like I don't want to wait anymore. So Page of Swords is on top of that Fool card at the end. So could be a young air sign in your life, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This could be also somebody who's very interested in you. That's my little spy card a lot of the time, who's, you know, kind of watching you on the internet, or, you know, sending you those little text messages every once in a while. Very much could be that. But to me, this is also the birth of new ideas. It's new messages. It's new thought process. Very, very beautiful. So let's check the bottom of the deck on each one of these. Ooh, we got the Chariot. So lots of balance, movement forward. This is the Cancer card. So I'm telling you, even though the sign of Cancer can be tough, it's not all bad here, guys. You're coming into some dynamic energy for July. And look underneath on the Rider-Waite, we have got that Ace of Pentacles, which is super positive. So guys, for your last affirmation, I am going to pull a card from two different decks. I really like both of these. This one is the Witch's Wisdom and the Witch's Kitchen, which is a deck of different herbs and spices and all kinds of fun stuff. So we're going to get one from each to give you a last bit of advice and insight, as we are in that summer solstice. And I did do a general reading, you know, for everyone that we did with the summer solstice. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely do, because those messages that we do on the seasonal times, the solstice and equinox, they're really pretty cool. It's actually kind of amazing going back and listening to those and being like, whoa, that was kind of crazy. It's like, you know, talking about the, you know, the next 3 months of the summer. Oh, so Aries, we have the Spell card and Manifestation. So this could be a powerful month for you to actually put out those intention, those rituals, whether you do, like, you know, burn a candle, or, you know, have an affirmation or something very positive that you tell yourself each day, whatever that is. Because my feeling about what we call a spell, you know, or a ritual, it has a very loose you know, description. It's like, it doesn't have to be some fancy big deal. You know, to me, spells are just rituals, whatever those are, whatever is very positive for you. And for me, yeah, positive affirmation, and giving ourselves something good to say about ourselves or about our life is very, very, it's you know, it's a kind of magic. It truly is. So let's get an herb from the Witch's Kitchen, see what comes up there. And we have, ooh, I am not surprised. Look at this, yarrow comes up. And that is a really beautiful herb to use. It says for expulsion, right? For cleansing, for clarity, for removing anything negative. I'm going to read the little book because I haven't used this deck a whole bunch and I really like this idea. So let's give you just a few more ideas about the yarrow. Right, the fever is high, I'll sweat it out, toxins exiled, there's no doubt, expulsion is my forceful charm as I dismiss and expel harm. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. So yeah, this is all about you know, protection, cleansing, detox, clearing, Very, very cool. So I really like that. This is about rebalancing the yin and the yang. So these two together, that's beautiful. This is the time to really focus on your healing, removing anything negative from your life, whether it's physical healing, emotional healing, psychological, spiritual healing. Beautiful, beautiful month. I love this. So Aries, I will see you very soon. I will be back for our full moon readings coming up really soon, like next week. And I hope you guys have a wonderful July. See ya.